Hi everyone, welcome back to another Fresh Look Friday. I'm Miss Lora, and today I have middle grade adventure and survival novels for you. This is one of my favorite genres to read, so I had a lot of fun prepping for this video. I have a lot of new books, but then some older ones as well. We're going to start with this one called Across the Desert by Dusti Bowling. This is about Jolene. She's 12 and she lives in Phoenix with her mom, her single mom, and her mom has an addiction problem to pills. So Jolene's like really on her own most of the time because her mom is just not around, and when she is around, she's sleeping and out of it and not helpful. So Jolene survives on her own. And to do that, she spends a lot of time at the public library. She's on the computer, she's reading. She would really love to travel. She loves making maps. And she has found online another 12-year-old girl named Addie. And Addie live streams her flights. She flies an ultralight plane, and she does it without her parents' permission. And she flies all over and live streams it. And Jolene loves it. Jolene and Addie have kind of become internet friends. They talk to each other a lot. And Addie is really Jolene's only friend. One day she's watching this live stream of Addie flying through the desert, and Addie crashes. And the camera goes flying. She hears screaming. She hears Addie asking for help. And then the live stream ends. And Jolene is terrified. She doesn't know what to do. She needs to save Addie. She goes to all the different adults in her life and asks for help. And no one believes that what she saw was A, live, and B, Addie was who she actually says she was, because she's an internet friend and people lie on the internet. Jolene is so frustrated that she decides to steal her mom's credit card, her mom's phone, and go out into the desert and find Addie on her own. And what happens after that is a very big adventure survival story. She's alone in the desert, not prepared at all, and not really sure exactly where Addie has crashed. And what if she does find Addie? What is she going to do? Like, how is she going to save her? She's just one little girl. It was a page-turning book. I needed to know what happened the whole time. I could not put this book down. If you like survival at all, definitely check out Across the Desert. Next, I have The Last Beekeeper. What I liked about this book is that it's not only a adventure-y story, but it takes place in the future. So in this future, technology has been wiped out due to a bunch of different climate disasters. And now society is set up between cities that are slowly building up technology, and then the village or the valley that is the farming, the agriculture part of the society that is growing all of the food that people need. The problem is the people in the valley are very, very poor and are not being treated equally to the people that live in the city that really rely on the valley farmers. Also, because this is in the future, a lot of animals are extinct. And Yoli, our main character, has never seen a lot of animals. And one thing that is extinct are bees. And if you know anything about honeybees, they are the pollinators that help plants grow. So the valley is struggling a lot because there aren't honeybees. So the city has created little robot bees that are supposed to help pollinate and help grow the food. But robot bees are obviously nothing compared to real bees. Well, Yoli discovers a family secret. They have a hidden beehive. She and her sister discover this beehive, and they've been given instructions to be the last beekeepers and really bring bees and honey back into society. The problem is Yoli also really wants to learn technology and go to school in the city, so she has agreed to something. And because of that, massive, utter consequences. She's going to be sent away. She's basically sold herself to try and be in school, and it doesn't work out the way she wants to. So trying to escape the situation while bringing the bees back into society without getting them in the wrong hands, it's a page turner. Again, there's lots going on. The technology and the world building are really awesome in The Last Beekeeper. Next, switching over to this side, we have our newest one. This is called Treasure Tracks. So I just listened to this, and if you like treasure hunting stories, pirate stories, ocean survival stories, this is the book for you. Treasure Tracks by S.A. Rodriguez. Our main character is Finn. He is 12. He lives in Florida with his parents, and his grandfather lives in the Florida Keys and is a deep sea diver and has taught Finn everything he knows. So they go diving a lot. He's taught Finn how to drive a boat, and he has a really great relationship with his grandfather, his abuelo. A big hurricane sweeps through Florida, destroys lots of things. And through this hurricane, Finn learns from his grandfather, his abuelo, that there is a treasure lost in the ocean off the coast of the Florida Keys. And only abuelo knows where it is or knows how to find it. And he tells Finn this family secret. Finn's parents don't believe him. Finn's father does not get along with his abuelo and kind of thinks that he's taking Finn down the wrong road and doesn't approve of the diving. And then one day, Finn is out on the boat with his abuelo, and abuelo has a stroke. He becomes completely incapacitated. He can't drive the boat. Finn is alone. He has to figure out how to get home to safety. And then after that, he has to try and find this treasure. There's a lot of different ups and downs in this book. It's a good family book as well, dealing with Finn's relationship with his grandfather and his father and the relationship between them. I didn't know what was going to happen. It kept me guessing a lot of the times, and I really liked that. Treasure Tracks. Then I have Zane and the Hurricane. This is definitely an older book, but it is one of my favorites and I recommend it a lot. This is based in New Orleans around Hurricane Katrina. There's a lot of stuff written about Hurricane Katrina, but I really liked this book. Zane is visiting New Orleans, visiting family. He's not familiar with the city at all, and he just has really bad timing because it happens to be right when Hurricane Katrina is going to hit. So he and the people that he's staying with are evacuating, including his dog Bandit. The problem is during this evacuation, Bandit decides to jump from the car and run. Well, I mean, Zane is not going to just let his dog go during a hurricane. So he runs after Bandit. They end up getting themselves back to the house just as this hurricane starts. So he is alone with his dog, separated from his family in a town he does not know during a massive, massive storm. So now he and his dog have to survive not only the hurricane, but the flooding after, and try and see how they're in a boat in the middle of the city. He has to now find his family. It is based in a lot of reality. A lot of things that happened in this book happened during Hurricane Katrina and the aftermath of it. I really enjoyed it, and it really made me want to find out more about what happened. And I did a lot of further reading afterwards because it just spurred my need for knowledge. Zane and the Hurricane. Finally, my last book I don't have for you because it is checked out. It is that popular. However, you can check it out on Libby, one of our free apps. We have the audiobook and the ebook. It is called Northwind by Gary Paulsen. Gary Paulsen, if you don't know, is the author of Hatchet, one of the most famous survival books for middle grade. And this is his latest survival fiction book called Northwind. It is about Leaf. Leaf is an orphan. He lives in the North Scandinavia area. This happens way in the past. He lives in a fishing camp. And some group of men arrive at his fishing camp and bring some sort of disease. And everyone now starts dying. Everyone is dying in the fishing camp. They get this fever. They're dying left and right. So Leaf is put in a canoe with another kid to try and outrun this disease. Leave and never come back were his instructions. Go north. So he and this other child start rowing north, and they don't really have a destination. They don't really know what they're supposed to do. They're just trying to survive. There's a lot of ocean survival in this, where Hatchet was about wilderness survival. This is about surviving on the water. There's bears, there's orca whales, there's seals, there's glaciers, there's salmon and blueberries, and how does he survive with just those things, and how does he survive by avoiding those predators? It was a really interesting take on a survival book that I had never read before. Not only was it a historical fiction, but it is in the North. in this Arctic wilderness that I had never really read about, and I really enjoyed it. Northwind by Gary Paulsen. That is what I have for you today. Hopefully one of these appeal to you. You can come into the library, check them out. Most of them are available on our digital platforms as well, both audiobook and ebook. I listen to almost all of these, so if you're an audiobook reader, that is an option. If you want to know more about survival and adventure, we have tons more of those books. Please come in and ask us, and we'll help you find them. Have a great day.